6 months ago, my old keyboard, the Logitech G512, started acting up. It was a good mechanical keyboard, but its replacement was overdue. I wanted to try something different, something new this time around. I was searching for one and found the Logitech G813. It was both different and unique. You see, I have been using mechanical keyboards for the last 7 years, but I've never used a low profile mechanical keyboard. I've always thought low profile mechanical keyboards were like some of the bad laptop keyboards, mushy keys, and an unpleasant typing experience. You know what I'm talking about. I was skeptical about this purchase, but I went through with it. This keyboard is not cheap by any means. I bought mine for 14,000 rupees. I've had an excellent typing experience with this keyboard. It is a total delight to type on, and I can even argue that my typing speed has increased. It comes with dedicated media control buttons. It has amazing build quality, but it does have a couple of imperfections, which we will talk about as we go. Let me begin with the looks of this keyboard. This is a super clean keyboard. It has rounded edges on the sides. The keycaps are well designed. The Logitech logo on the top left is like a beacon. I mean, just look at it. It is gorgeous. It has dedicated media control buttons with the volume roll. Before proceeding further, let's first talk about the elephant in the room, the low profile nature of this keyboard. The low profile nature of this keyboard does give it an amazing look. It is ultra thin at 22 mm total height. It is made out of aluminium, so it has zero flex. It has two risers at the back so that you can have the keyboard angled at what you like. The two risers are angled at 4 degrees and 8 degrees. Personally, I like my keyboard flat on the table, so I don't use them. It has a braided cable which is strong despite being thin. It carries two cables for the USB pass-through and the keyboard. The USB pass-through is meant for connecting other peripherals and not for USB drives. It has USB 2.2 ports, so transferring files through this port is not recommended. It has a decently long 1.8 meter cable. This keyboard uses a Logitech GL switches. These are Logitech's low profile switches. There are three types of these GL switches: the GL Clicky, the GL Tactile, and the GL Linear. The GL Clicky have an audible click and tactile feedback. The GL Tactile have a gentle bump or some tactile feedback, and the GL Linear have a completely smooth keystroke. I got the linear switches, the GL Linear. These linear switches have an actuation distance of 1.5 mm, so the total distance traveled is only 3 mm. 3 mm is not a lot of travel, but the quality of the switch makes up for the low travel. With the actuation force being 45 grams, it is very unlikely that you will press keys accidentally. Along with these keys, this keyboard comes with 10 rubber buttons. This includes 4 macro buttons, a lighting button, a game mode button, and 4 media buttons. The rubber keys press the way you think they will, if they are mushy. Along with these rubber buttons, it comes with a total of 5 macro keys. It has 3 macro profiles, so it has got a total of 15 macro combinations. I have not been able to use all of them. I don't need a lot of macros, so I have them set with small Windows combinations such as opening the snipping tool, file explorer, etc. Along with these 3 macro profiles, it also comes with a macro button to record macros right on the keyboard. The 4 media buttons are a blessing in disguise. You don't realize you need these buttons until you have them. The endless volume roll is so satisfying to use, it is just amazing. Its media control includes skip forward and backwards, play and pause, and the mute button. Next comes the lighting button. This button changes the brightness of the lighting of the keyboard. The last button is to activate or deactivate the game mode. The corrector typeface used on this keyboard is very soothing. Many gaming keyboards these days have a straight up weird and obnoxious typefaces. Logitech hits the ball out of the park with this typeface. It is a pleasure to read and see. The first imperfection with this keyboard is the secondary character design. The secondary characters are of fixed grey color and are almost unseeable with the bright light of the primary keys. The design decision of making the primary character light up is amazing. Due to this, the keyboard looks phenomenal, but they miss the mark with the secondary characters on the keycaps. Its keycaps are fragile. Unlike the cherry keys, its keycaps have hooks which go into the switch. Repetitive or uncareful removal and installation can lead to the breaking of the keycap. My advice to remove the keycaps is to use the keycap removal tool. What kind of a gaming keyboard review will it be if we don't talk about the RGB? All keys are independently addressable and the lighting gets very bright. There are 4 levels of brightness available, but I personally have it on full. The second imperfection about this keyboard is the fixed lighting of 4 buttons. The macro profile button is always yellow, the gaming mode button is always white, and the caps lock and num lock lights are white. The game mode light is off most of the time and is not an issue, but the yellow light of the macro button is just awful. This cannot be changed in the software. These lights are always fixed. The Logitech software breathes fire into this keyboard. The things that you can do with this software makes the keyboard even more useful and beautiful. There is a lot of cool RGB lighting that is possible using the Logitech software. There are various presets and animations that you can apply. My personal favorites are Ripple, Starlight, Ocean, and Lightning. You can even create your own animations and freestyles. You can program the macro buttons on the G-Hub software. This keyboard supports onboard memory, but I don't use it. This keyboard is always connected to my desktop and is rarely disconnected. There is preset lighting for certain games, and you can set custom lighting for different games as well. The game mode allows you to turn off some keys. This is especially useful when you are gaming and you press the Windows key and everything goes down. You don't want that to happen. You can add more keys to the list, to the game mode button list. You can create custom macros, a series of certain keys to bound to a single key that does something. You can set a macro keys to commands or keys or macros or system actions. This keyboard is an absolute pleasure to type on. The keys do not feel mushy, they sound pleasant as well. The clicks are very satisfying. This is what the keyboard sounds like. As I've already said, this keyboard is an absolute pleasure to type on. The linear keys don't make a lot of noise. The clicks are satisfying. The gaming experience is great as well. The only two imperfections are not a very big deal. You get used to the dull colored secondary characters and the fixed lighting as well. If you're looking for a low profile keyboard and the budget is not an issue, the Logitech G813 might be what you are looking for.